Ladies and gentlemen, oh boy. It was only a matter of time before this particular thing was going to happen. And I had a feeling, a suspicious feeling. So this past Thursday, me and my brother went to Best Buy. And as I'm walking down to go to Best Buy, I told my brother, yo, bro, I got a feeling something bad's going to happen. Like, I got a feeling I'm going to get some type of, like, reaction, some type of news going into the weekend. I kid you not. 20 minutes later, my cell phone blows the fuck up. Roman Reigns is returning to Raw Monday night to give us an update on his leukemia. Now, right here on episode 8 of the reality podcast, right here on YouTube, I have news on Roman. Yes, I do. It depends who you talk to. This news could be good or this news could be bad. And to be honest with you, I read the articles and I'm telling myself here, listen, I've read the articles. I've read the articles here. This thing with Roman coming back on Raw Monday night, it's a ratings grab. It's a ratings grab. You think for 1 second Roman Reigns is going to come to Monday Night Raw, announce that he's going to retire? No. No. You guys seen his Instagram. You guys seen his Twitter. He's been training. And when a guy is training after being out for 4 months, this is automatically telling me that Roman Reigns is going to come back. There is actually an article right here, and it's staring right in front of me. Vince McMahon, this old senile fuck known as Vincent Kennedy McMahon, reportedly pushing for Roman Reigns' WWE Wrestlemania return. Roman has been out, I swear to God, for 4 months. And you're going to push him to a match at WrestleMania that he doesn't even deserve to be in? To be honest with you, people. No, scratch that last thing I said. To be honest with you, WrestleMania doesn't need Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns doesn't need to be a part of WrestleMania. Well, according to so far, we have like 40-something days left to WrestleMania, and we have 2 matches being booked. Rollins and Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and as of right now, Charlotte versus Ronda for the Raw Women's title. That's it. And we have 42 days left to WrestleMania. Around 40-something days left to WrestleMania. So you're telling me right now you can't book Asuka for her opponent for WrestleMania? We don't even know who Daniel Bryan's going to face at WrestleMania. I'm hearing it's Kevin Owens. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to take this with a pinch of salt. I'm hearing it's fucking Kevin Owens. So Asuka doesn't have an opponent. Daniel Bryan doesn't have an opponent. Finn Balor doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania. And the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, they don't have an opponent for WrestleMania either. So when are we going to get this built for WrestleMania? Starting what, next week? The week after? Next thing you know, it's March. Once you blink, it's March. I kid you not. This year has gone by so quick, it's not even funny. But we're going to go over the entire Roman Reigns news that I have right here on episode 8 of the reality podcast. Yes, folks, this is no longer the Wrestling Fan Podcast. This is called the reality podcast. And I got to give TM credit for the title of this podcast. TM's channel will be down below in the description and will be on the upper right hand corner of your screen as you see in the annotation. The first link you're going to see when this video starts, TM's channel, will be right there in the description. Will be right there on the annotation. I'm going to go over the entire news I have here on episode 8. Right here. Reigns could have very good news for Raw Monday night. We'll go over what happens here. WWE could have huge WrestleMania plans for Kofi Kingston.
Let me say this now. If this is for the WWE Championship, I want nothing to do with it.
I'm going to go off on Kofi Kingston later on these Kofi Kingston bandwagons. Not Kofi himself. Just the bandwagons that all of a sudden everybody is on. What else I have here on this particular episode of the podcast? What else I have here? All right. Personal trainer says Roman Reigns is preparing for his WWE in-ring return. Also, as you guys know, Vince McMahon reportedly pushing for Roman Reigns' WWE WrestleMania return. What could that be? I have no idea. What else? We got some news here. WWE Hall of Famer Arn Anderson reportedly parts ways from WWE. Also, we got TJP being released. We heard about that yesterday on Friday. TJP got released. Hideo Itami got released on Friday. And Tye Dillinger. I'm going to say this now by Tye Dillinger, bro. Yeah. The AEW effect, folks, is 100% real. You got all these fucking casual, sick fucks in the wrestling community thinks that the AEW company is a t-shirt company. If you guys think that the AEW effect is not real, you shouldn't be watching professional wrestling, period. That's the God honest truth. So Tye Dillinger's officially been released. I also have news on speculation on a big match for Kevin Owens that he can have at WrestleMania. Also, WWE made big changes to Raw booking during the show this week. Vince, you're a senile old fuck. Also, we got news also. 7 big WWE contracts set to expire very, very soon. Last but not least, guys, when did Vince McMahon decide to give Kofi Kingston a WWE title match at Fastlane? We'll go over that, guys, right here on episode 8 of the Reality Podcast, right here on YouTube.com. If you guys haven't checked out the content from this week, Raw Review, man, is up on the channel. Make sure you guys go and check it out. Man, was Monday Night Raw fucking just terrible. My God. Fucking terrible. Make sure you guys check out Raw Review, man. All the videos that I uploaded this week will be not only in the annotation, but also down below in the description. Tuesday's upload, I did a double upload Tuesday. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 gameplay. I was beasting and feasting with the ICR7, man. Go ahead and check that out, guys. I did pretty good. Low-key, I did really good. Check out Call of Duty, man. That's also up on the channel. SmackDown Live Review. SmackDown was a pretty good show. Better than Monday Night Raw. Kofi gets an opportunity of a lifetime at Fastlane. We'll talk about why Vince decided to give Kofi a championship match at Fastlane. Go ahead and check out SmackDown Live. NXT, man. NXT was a fantastic show, bro. We got the Velveteen Dream against Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship. Fantastic match. Nothing but a classic. I swear to God. Johnny Gargano, man, he always steals the fucking show. Make sure you guys check out NXT Review. Throwback Thursday. Yes, man, Throwback Thursday. We went over WrestleMania 23 card. Mr. WrestleMania and the champ delivers in the main event of WrestleMania 23 in Detroit. Go ahead, guys, check out that video as well. Top 5 Friday. Well, top 10 Fridays. I go over my top 10 greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. Go ahead, guys, check it out. And also, guys, if you haven't already, follow me on social media, man. Twitter, Chris from Loring. Instagram, your boy Chris_WFB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring those bells for all notifications. If you guys didn't know, fucking know, man, WWE stands for World's Worst Entertainment. And Raw, Monday Night Raw, stands for Really Awful Wrestling. Don't you forget about it. Don't you forget about that, folks. Don't you forget about that. Let's go over the news, man. Roman Reigns. We got Roman Reigns news to kick off the podcast tonight here on episode number 8. Roman Reigns could have very good news for WWE Raw for Monday night in Atlanta. Roman Reigns had to take a hiatus from the company in October, but just 4 months later, the rumors are heavy that he could be making his return. Reigns is scheduled to be at Monday Night Raw this week in Atlanta to talk about his fight with leukemia. He is also scheduled to be on Good Morning America the next morning. This led Dave Meltzer to say on Wrestling Observer Radio that the big dog could very likely have good news for the WWE Universe. This is what Dave Meltzer said, and I quote, "I would presume it's good news, especially since he's going." Let's put it this way. He's going to Atlanta and then probably in the show, I'm going to guess, and then he's going to have to fly to be in New York for what, 5 a.m.? To be in the Good Morning America show? So obviously his health can't be that bad if he's going to do that. End quote. He also continued on. So I'm pretty darn sure he's not going to Good Morning America to give bad news. I'm pretty sure it's good news. I don't know what. In that sense, when I first heard it, I was like, that's great. Then when you think about it, I'm like, wow, they're really going to get a big rating on Monday. You know which they will, and that's fine. End quote. I've said this to my guys on Twitter. Roman Reigns coming back to Raw Monday night, it's a ratings grab. You're going to bring back Roman Reigns during WrestleMania season, knowing that you have no plans for Roman Reigns? But there's an article that I'm about to report you guys in just a second that Vince is reportedly trying to get Roman Reigns into WrestleMania. Vince McMahon reportedly pushing for Roman Reigns' WrestleMania return. Are you fucking serious? Why? And I said this, WrestleMania doesn't need Roman. Roman doesn't need to be at WrestleMania. It doesn't have to be. It's called the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. That match is gonna sell WrestleMania in itself. It's in itself is gonna sell WrestleMania. If you put it in the main event, yes, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell tickets. Most likely, it's gonna sell out. Moving on here, Dave Meltzer continued by saying, and I quote, "Then I was like, God, if this was any other business, because they've kept you in the dark when they've showed stuff was going on for months. He did a movie which they kept you on the dark on until Dwayne The Rock Johnson released it on the last day. So it's kind of like, it's like, and it's not like people didn't ask. I know I asked what the situation was, and I thought, if this was UFC or if this was the NBA, you wouldn't do this." End quote. It was noted that other sports would bring Roman Reigns It was noted that other sports would bring Roman Reigns out for a big pop and rating spike. However, the fans would have been clued in a lot more. This is just another example of how different pro wrestling is. You never know what Roman Reigns could be announcing. Now, this is the one thing. You never know what Roman's going to announce. Maybe he could be in Good Morning America to express his feelings about what happened the prior night on Monday Night Raw. You never know about that. He could be in Good Morning America to talk about his movie with The Rock that he was in. You never know. Roman could be saying, "Oh, I'm gonna retire," or Roman can say, I'm clear to go. I'm coming back." But don't put him at WrestleMania. Don't put him at WrestleMania. If anything, this is how I'm booking this. If you want to book Roman Reigns to come back, book him on the Raw after WrestleMania in Barclays Center in a real crowd,
Not Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's how I'm booking Roman Reigns to come back. You don't book him. You don't have him show up during WrestleMania season. I would have Roman Reigns come back on the night after WrestleMania in Barclays Center in Brooklyn. That's how I'm booking Roman Reigns to come back. Simple. You never know what Roman Reigns could be announcing, but Meltzer went on to say that Baron Corbin, Bobby Trashley, and Drew McIntyre hitting a Shield-like triple powerbomb on Braun Strowman wasn't by accident. This is something we've previously reported because Vince McMahon is rumored to be pushing for Roman Reigns' return as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm not booking Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. It's too soon from the comeback. In the ring, at least. In the ring. I don't mind seeing Roman on Monday Night Raw, doing an appearance here and there in a segment. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But if you're going to put him in the ring at WrestleMania, what match you going to put him against? Don't tell me you're going to put him in the Rollins-Lesnar match, making that a triple threat. Because if that's the case, Rollins winning the Royal Rumble meant for nothing. Especially if you don't have Rollins win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. It's just that simple. Keep Rollins and Lesnar one-on-one. If I'm Vince here, I'm booking Roman to come back on the Raw after WrestleMania on the biggest crowd of the year. That's it. That is it. Moving on, man. Personal trainer says Roman Reigns is preparing for his in-ring return. Roman Reigns is scheduled to be on Raw this week on Monday night. He is going to address his fight with leukemia, but he might have a lot more in store as well. Now, personal trainer Dave Gagnetta is saying the big dog is on his way back to the ring. Gagnetta posted a photo with Roman Reigns along with a caption that should give fans of the former Universal Champion something to be very happy about. And this is what the caption said, and I quote, give me a second here. Had the honor and privilege of having Roman Reigns train at Island Club and Spa during his stay at Waikiki. I think he's in Hawaii. It was very humbling for an athlete of his caliber to not only train here, but also speak so very highly of our facility. Glad we provide a great space to help him prepare for his in-ring return. We will have to wait and see, end quote on that. We will have to wait and see what happens on Monday. Should be very interesting now that Roman's coming back this Monday night on Raw. Roman looks incredibly good for someone who is 4 months into a leukemia battle. You never know if he could be preparing for a big WrestleMania moment, but all of that will certainly be revealed in time. And I'm watching the picture here. Roman's looking good. Roman looks like he's in fantastic shape. The last picture I seen of Roman, he had a beard, like a heavy beard. You know that same beard that I had before I shaved it off? That same type of beard for Roman. But according to this picture, Roman looks like he's in incredible condition. Let's just see what happens. The whole world will be waiting on Roman Reigns' return this upcoming Monday. This particular article is going to piss you people off. Vince McMahon reportedly pushing for Roman Reigns' WrestleMania return.
Hand me the bleach.
Just saying. Roman Reigns had to relinquish the Universal title in October 22nd of last year. Since then, he has been focusing on his health and taking his treatment as well from reports. Now it looks like he could be gearing up for something else and could possibly result in a WWE return. The Sun reports via Wrestling News that Vince McMahon has been dropping big hints to Roman Reigns for a reason. It is believed that the chairman is pushing for a Roman Reigns match and has set a lot of the stage for that to happen. And I quote, Vince McMahon instructed commentators to specifically mention the Shield while it was being executed, end quote. And I quote again, another statement. Another sign they believe Ambrose's apparent turn from heel to babyface is another sign of Reigns' return, end quote. So when you saw that segment between Rollins and Ambrose this past Monday Night on Raw, after Dean's match against Drew McIntyre, Ambrose all of a sudden was a babyface. So this could be true. It is reported that the proposed WrestleMania match for Roman Reigns will be to team up with Dean Ambrose and Braun Strowman to take on Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. This would answer the question about whether Braun Strowman has any friends. Oh my God. Vince McMahon's recent announcement that Roman Reigns will be on Raw this week to address his battle with leukemia could lend a lot of weight to this report. We will have to wait and see, but it would be really good to get Roman Reigns back on television every week because WWE could really use him around. Yeah.
It's a ratings grab.
Don't believe me? Wait till Monday. You see the ratings from this week's Raw, from this past Monday night on Raw. Compare this past Monday Night Raw's ratings to next week.
And I dare you to tell me, folks, this is not a fucking ratings grab.
I dare you. I dare you. Moving along here with the podcast, man. WWE could have huge WrestleMania plans for Kofi Kingston. I have to ask this question before I begin with this report. I saw on Twitter after SmackDown when Kofi got announced that when it was announced that Kofi was gonna get a title shot at Fastlane. And I said this on SmackDown I reviewed this past Tuesday. Link will be down below in the description. If WWE wanted to strike while the iron was hot, they should have gave Kofi the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. It's that easy. Kofi can have the token title reign. He can lose it back to Daniel Bryan at Fastlane. There you go. And then from there, after Fastlane, you decide who will face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for that said title. And I said on top of this, and I said this in the Elimination Chamber preview and predictions, WWE just debuted a new championship belt for Daniel Bryan. You think Daniel Bryan was going to lose that championship inside the chamber? No. The answer is no. That automatically told me when Daniel Bryan debuted that championship, that automatically told me that Daniel was going to retain the championship on his next title defense. Because what makes sense for somebody to debut a new championship only to lose it a few weeks later? No. But I got a question to ask you guys. Where were you guys when Kofi was on the bottom of the barrel on the main roster? Where were you guys? Kofi has been in his company for 11 years. 11 years. He made his debut in 2008. 2008. What the fuck were you guys then? What, believing in John Cena and the Randy Ortons and the Triple H's and the Edges and the Undertakers? That's what I saw. Where the fuck were you been when Kofi was this Jamaican guy, having, boom, boom, boom and everything? He wasn't a main event guy back then. Now all of a sudden, 11 years later, Vince wants to fucking push this guy? All of a sudden? I wonder why. WWE is gearing up for WrestleMania. I mean, they fucking should. Right now, it doesn't fucking look like it. And although it was previously reported that WWE has some ideas about Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania plans might have changed once again. Here we go. Vince again, always changing shit on the fucking fly. Yet people were fucking defending this past Monday Night Raw's episode. Stupid people, I swear to God. We previously reported that a big announcement is in line for SmackDown Live, though this happened back on Tuesday. Kofi Kingston is slated to receive a WWE title match at Fastlane, or at least set the stakes for that match. WrestleVotes reports that WWE's new idea for Kingston might even stretch into the show of shows. And I quote, this is what, according to WrestleVotes on Twitter, seems like Kofi versus Bryan could be in the course of Fastlane and potentially Mania. Fluid situation at the moment, end quote. We will have to wait and see what WWE ends up doing with Kofi Kingston's new push. It has certainly worked out very well so far. If you guys think that Daniel Bryan is going to lose the championship at Fastlane, you're the biggest fucking idiot. You think for 1 second Daniel Bryan is going to lose the championship on the road to WrestleMania. You're the biggest fucking casual. Hop off, and I'm going to say this now. After Fastlane, I don't want anybody on the Kofi Kingston bandwagon. I'm going to come on here on the Fastlane review, and I'm going to tell you guys, I fucking told you so. The perfect place and the perfect time to give Kofi Kingston the WWE My God Championship was at the Chamber. The crowd was ready for it. That was the perfect opportunity to give Kofi Kingston the WWE title. Now what happens now at Fastlane? He's not going to win at Fastlane. He may come close. He may come this close. He's not going to win it at Fastlane. He's not. He's not. So there you go. Listen, I love Kofi. Don't get me wrong, I love Kofi. But I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be really honest with you guys. And this is reality. No pun intended. Kofi is not winning the WWE title. No, he's not. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to burst your fucking bubble. Kofi is not winning the WWE title. And when Fastlane rolls around and when Fastlane goes off the air, I'm going to come right here on this fucking microphone talking to that fucking webcam. I'm going to tell you, I fucking told you so. Don't believe me? Tough shit. Moving on here, man. WWE Hall of Famer Arn Anderson reportedly parts ways with WWE. As of Thursday, Hall of Famer Arn Anderson has parted ways with WWE. As many fans may be aware, Arn Anderson has served as a producer backstage for WWE for a long time now. The former NWA World Television Champion was inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2012 as a member of the Four Horsemen, along with Ric Flair, Tony Blanchard, Barry Windham, and their manager, James J. Dillon. No word yet on why exactly Anderson was released from his contract. I don't know. This was in the news, so I just have to report this for you guys. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, Arn Anderson, he's really good with the guys back then. He was really good with the guys, with the superstars and shit, with the booking process and everything. But it's too bad that Arn Anderson had to be released, man. I don't know why, but as soon as I hear anything else on it, I will give you guys a report right here on the podcast. Now, as you guys heard on Friday, it was yesterday, there were 3 releases in just a matter of hours. Tye Dillinger got his release, TJP got his release, and Hideo Itami got his release. Now, there's news on TJP. He reacted to his WWE release. TJP lived his dream as a WWE superstar, became the very first WWE Cruiserweight champion after winning the Cruiserweight Classic. That was a really good tournament, by the way. Fantastic tournament. WWE and TJP's WWE release on Friday, and his fans were rather shocked. I was shocked myself. Low-key. Not days after sending out a tweet saying that he would hopefully never leave the WWE, his release was handed down. TJP commented about his release after it was made public, and he had nothing but gratitude to express. And this is what he said, and I quote on Twitter: "Thanks for giving me a chance and letting me play for the team I grew up watching." End quote. You never know what TJP could end up doing in the pro wrestling business. He could perform anywhere and people would know who he is. Perhaps TJP could be another example of someone who leaves the company to make a bigger name for himself and eventually come back with a much better spot on the card. I don't know why TJP got released, but I'm going to follow up that with this. Did TJP request his WWE release? TJP was released on Friday along with Tye Dillinger and Hideo Itami. Both Dillinger and Itami asked for their releases and they were granted. But that was not the case for TJP. Last week, TJP sent out a message saying that he hopes to never need to go to AEW. telling you, folks.
AEW effect. The AEW effect is real.
Don't believe me? You're a fucking casual. He said that WWE is the team he always wanted to play for. PW Insider reports that TJP did not ask for his release. He has already reacted to the matter and was always grateful about his time in WWE. As a superstar, TJP won the Cruiserweight Classic, which made him the first ever Cruiserweight champion. His career did not take off as some thought it would, and he was relegated to 205 Live, where he lost often. In fact, TJP hasn't won a match on television since September of last year. TJP made a big impression with a very dedicated fan base. Hopefully, he will be another indie wrestling success story as he returns to some of his old stomping grounds. So, TJP did not ask for his release, yet the company released him. I'm saying this now about Vince, man. Vince is the biggest senile fuck in the history of pro wrestling. It's only a matter of time, folks, where Vince has to go. And this is what CM Punk said, and I'm going to be straight honest with you. Straight honest. Punk said on that pipe bomb a couple years ago, this company is better off when Vince McMahon is dead. Well, not dead. In my case, gone. Gone from the company. That's what I meant. Hideo Itami officially released from WWE. Hideo Itami walked into the WWE Universe with a lot of hype behind him. Things did not work out for him, and he experienced a couple of bad injuries. I mean, this happened when he was in NXT. Since being moved up to 205 Live, Hideo has some great matches, but never received the focus he deserves. We have covered Hideo Itami's reasons for wanting a WWE release in depth. Now, WWE has granted it with an official announcement today. WWE, and I quote, WWE has come to terms on the release of Kenta Kobayashi. This is Hideo Itami's real name. Just like with Tye Dillinger, the company did not wish Hideo Itami the best in his future endeavors either. Meanwhile, they left the door wide open for Dean Ambrose to turn when making the announcement about his exit. I just have to. You guys know what I'm about to say?
The AEW effect is fucking real. And if you don't fucking believe it, you're a fucking casual. You're fucking delusional. Right there. You, right there. Yeah. If you don't believe right now that the AEW effect is not real, you're the biggest fucking idiot walking God's green earth.
Moving along here, man. My God, I have so much news for you guys, man. I wonder. Jesus Christ. Tye Dillinger, the Perfect 10, has officially been released from WWE. Tye Dillinger went very public with his WWE release request. He explained himself well to get ahead of the rumor mill. Dillinger is well liked backstage, but now he is gone because his release was granted. WWE has now officially cut ties with Tye Dillinger. They put on a very simple message on their official website saying, and I quote,
these people are so fucking petty.
WWE has come to terms on the release of Ron Arnell, Tye Dillinger. You can draw attention to the fact that WWE didn't wish him in the best of his future endeavors, but Tye Dillinger got what he wanted. Let that sink in. If I'm Tye Dillinger right now that he's released, and I heard Tye Dillinger has a 90-day no compete clause. If you add that up, that's May 23rd. 2 days before Double or Nothing. If I'm Tye Dillinger, I'm giving Cody Rhodes right now a fucking call. Yo, Cody! It's Tye Dillinger here. Yo, can I be your surprise opponent for Double or Nothing? Really? Sure. I'm done with that. Hey, Cody, I'll see you in Vegas, man. I'll see you in Vegas. That's me if I'm Tye Dillinger. That's me. Hopefully, Tye Dillinger will be able to find a lot of success in whatever he does next. If anything, he still has Peyton Royce, as she officially went public about their relationship on Tuesday, even though we've known about it for a long time. You see, one thing about Tye Dillinger, bro, he got over it with the crowd. He just wasn't being used. That's it. I could have easily seen Tye Dillinger as a U.S. champion, or at least an Intercontinental champion, or a tag team champion. Obviously. But I hope that Tye Dillinger finds success on the pro wrestling scene. Speculation on big match that Kevin Owens could have at WrestleMania. There's reports. There's reportedly some truth to the rumors of a returning Kevin Owens possibly challenging Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, according to WrestleVotes. The situation was described as was fluid, and it was noted that nothing for a WWE title match at WrestleMania is set in stone as of now. It is also noted that Kofi's ongoing wave of momentum could still shake things up. A source noted to WrestleVotes that they wouldn't be shocked to see Kofi versus Bryan for the title at WrestleMania. Meltzer reported a returning superstar could possibly be Daniel Bryan's opponent at Mania. Kofi is currently scheduled to challenge Bryan for the title at Fastlane on March 10th from Cleveland, in the Q, by the way, which will be the final pay-per-view event before WrestleMania. Kofi was not the original choice for Bryan's Fastlane opponent. I'm going to think this now. Bryan's original opponent for Fastlane was Mustafa Ali. So WrestleVotes tweeted a whole bunch of crap. I'm hearing, and this is what WrestleVotes tweeted, a list of superstars under consideration for Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania opponent has been reported via Big Dave. All returning guys, including Cena, Batista, Wyatt, Owens, was mentioned. Not saying it's false, but to think they haven't reconsidered and added Kofi is beyond baffling. I'm also hearing that it was going to be The Undertaker. But I don't know. I mean, if Owens faces Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, the storyline is there. But I'm going to ask the question, as you guys may possibly know. What did Kevin Owens do to get a title match? Well, what would he do to get a title match? What, just come back to Raw SmackDown and, just come back to SmackDown and win one match and all of a sudden you get a title match at WrestleMania? I just don't believe it's Owens. I heard rumors that KO was going to be on Monday Night Raw and feud with freaking Bobby Lashley for the IC title. Now that Finn Balor is freaking IC champion, that plan is obviously squashed. But speculation for Kevin Owens, I don't know who I would put in for Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania. I would have put Mustafa Ali. The storyline's there. And I said this on Tuesday on SmackDown Review. You know, Mustafa Ali has pinned Daniel Bryan not once, but twice. I think he's pinned him once. No, he's pinned him once. I was just thinking about Kofi. Kofi pinned Daniel Bryan twice. Ali pinned him once. So if anything, and on top of that, Mustafa Ali was supposed to compete in the chamber, but Kofi took his spot. So if anything, Mustafa Ali has to feel some type of way, saying, "Oh, you know, can I get my title match? I was supposed to face you and 4 other superstars in the chamber. And I didn't get my opportunity because I was hurt. So at least let me get my one shot against you at WrestleMania." Storyline is there. And you know, Mustafa Ali can play a really good underdog. Really can. But let's see what happens. On the road to WrestleMania. How long am I in this, man? 39 minutes. My God. You guys better hit that like button already. WWE has made big changes to Raw booking during the show this week. And this is why Vince is the biggest senile of a fucking idiot. Monday Night Raw was so fucking terrible. Monday Night Raw was booked very last minute, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. Vince McMahon arrived to the arena in the early afternoon, and that's when the show began to change. The script was still being changed as Raw went on the air. Let me repeat that. The script was still being changed on as Raw went on the air. Are you fucking kidding me? Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss was originally booked with Rousey set to go over in a squash. But this was changed to have her and Ruby Riott close the show in a longer match. So after Ronda makes Ruby Riott tap out in just under a minute and 30 seconds, you want to book this match again, but put it in the main event? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, but Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin's no DQ match on Raw Monday night, in that table match on Raw Monday night, got more time than that main event. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck is going on with this fucking company? What the fuck is going on? And this gets worse. This gets fucking worse. As for the NXT call-ups, that was a call from Vince McMahon in reaction to recent ratings. McMahon reportedly requests NXT's top 4 names, Ciampa, Gargano, Black, and Ricochet, to have them work both Raw and SmackDown. Meltzer also notes the plan is to have these names work all 3 brands. I wouldn't put those 4 men on Monday Night Raw. Period. Put them on SmackDown. That's it. Have them work 2 shows instead of 3. Triple H reportedly made the call to not have Ricochet debut against Finn Balor, as both are baby faces, and having Ricochet lose to a newly crowned Intercontinental Champion wouldn't look good for a debut. At least somebody was fucking thinking. I heard a report that an employee on Vince's team thought that Aleister Black's match against Elias was laughable. And that why would Elias job to somebody like Aleister Black? This is the company, bro. This is the exact same company. This is the exact same company that let CM Punk go. Like I said before, this company is better off when Vince McMahon is gone. And if you're going to defend Vince McMahon booking situations in his show on a weekly basis, you're the biggest fucking idiot walking God's green earth. I'm fucking serious. This is bullshit, low-key, bro. I would not put Ciampa, Gargano, Black, and Ricochet on Raw. I would obviously put them on SmackDown. Put them on SmackDown. I see them presented better on on not only NXT, but on SmackDown Live as well. Monday Night Raw? No. Nobody wants to see NXT's Big 4 get buried on Monday Night Raw. No. And I'm also hearing that DIY is going to face the revival for the Raw Tag Team titles at Fastlane. Only because Johnny Gargano is from Cleveland, and that's where Fastlane is going to be at. But then again, on NXT, you got Gargano as the babyface and Ciampa's a heel. Yet on Monday Night Raw, you're putting Tommaso Ciampa as a babyface? Vince, do yourself a favor, get the fuck out of this company right now. Hell, my 12-year-old sister can book this show better than you. Hell, everybody in my fucking Twitter group chat can book this show way better than you. Way better than you. Hell, I can book Monday Night Raw in my fucking sleep. In my sleep. Come on. Are you fucking serious here? Jesus fucking Christ. This is fucking bullshit. Moving on, man. This podcast is almost done here. 7 big contracts from superstars set to expire very soon. WWE might be going through a bit of a transition. There are a few superstars who are rumored to be looking for an exit from the company, and now it seems that 6 people are drawing even closer to a possible departure. This does not mean that all these superstars, or any of them for that matter, are going to AEW. You don't know that. However, All Elite Wrestling is opening their doors. Anything is possible. Jim Ross and Matt Hardy both have contracts expiring next month. Matt Hardy also updated fans on Thursday, saying that he only has 11 days left in his current contract, which could put his final date at March 5th. At this time, there is still no information on Jeff Hardy's contract status, even though he and Matt Hardy signed deals at the same time when returning to WWE back in 2017. Jim Ross's exit from the company has been expected for a while since they blocked him from renegotiating a new deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling. The company could also be losing 5 more superstars in April. AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, The Usos, and Paige are all set to have their contracts run out on the month of WrestleMania 35. Dean Ambrose has already made his tensions clear, and the company announced that he is leaving. The Usos father Rikishi teased that his twin sons will be free agents very soon as well. AJ Styles is expected to re-sign with the company, but nothing has been made official yet. Also, Paige's exit could be a possibility just 2 months after Fighting With My Family's released. Vince McMahon currently doesn't like the public precipitation that superstars are looking to leave the company. Therefore, WWE is looking to try and keep from losing anyone they can. We will keep you updated as more information is made known about any of these developing situations. How many times have I said this in this podcast, bro? How many times have I said this in this podcast? The AEW effect, ladies and gentlemen, is motherfucking real. Yeah. Finally, guys, after this long podcast, how long am I in? 47 minutes. 47 minutes, man, of this podcast. When did Vince McMahon, the old senile fuck, decided to give Kofi Kingston the WWE title match at Fastlane? Now, Kofi Kingston has a title match against Daniel Bryan at Fastlane, as you guys know already. That was not WWE's original plan. They have an idea for WrestleMania as well. But a strong enough fan reaction could cause them to change their minds about a WWE title match for Kevin Owens. They about to explain on Wrestling Observer Live that Kofi Kingston's Royal Rumble reaction was so strong that it convinced Vince McMahon to change up the Fastlane main event for the WWE title. Only time will tell if the WWE Universe will be loud enough about Kofi Kingston to sway even more change. This is what Dave Meltzer said, and I quote, "I think they're having a plan for Daniel Bryan, but that may change because of the whole Kofi Kingston thing. So the basic gist was Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston was not the scheduled main event at Fastlane. And because of the reaction on Sunday, Vince McMahon changed direction and made Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston the main event for Fastlane. How that relates to WrestleMania, I don't know." End quote. There could be the kind of organic fan reaction behind Kofi Kingston to shoot him straight to WrestleMania. Ironically, the same kind of thing happened for Daniel Bryan, who was the man currently holding the title Kofi is chasing. End quote. I said this once on this podcast, and I'm going to say it again. The perfect opportunity for Vince McMahon to strike while the fire was hot, while the iron was hot, for Kofi to win the championship was at the Chamber pay-per-view just 2 weeks ago. I don't know why, but the fans was ready for it. I was ready for it. You was ready for it. I would have been okay. I would have been 100% okay if Kofi Kingston walked out of that chamber as WWE champion. I would have been fine with it. I would have been fine with it. As long as Kofi doesn't take the championship in the WrestleMania, I'm fine with it. Kofi has been in the company for 11 years. At least give him a championship opportunity. Not only give him a championship opportunity, at least give him a token title reign. The Chamber was a perfect pay-per-view to give Kofi Kingston the WWE title, and the company didn't give it to him. So what makes you think now it's too late now for you to give me a Kofi Kingston title reign? It's too late for that. It's too late for that. And to be honest with you, I expect Daniel Bryan to walk out of Fastlane with the championship going into WrestleMania against a potential Kevin Owens or potential John Cena or a potential Batista, which is what I'm hearing. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Like I said, bro. I said this before, bro. Kofi Kingston. Listen, I love Kofi. Don't get me wrong. I love Kofi. I love the New Day. His time was back on Sunday inside the Elimination Chamber. That was the perfect opportunity to strike while the iron was hot. And the company didn't give it to him. They just didn't give it to him. It's just too late now. It's just too late now to give Kofi a title run. It's just too late. It's just too late. What's going to be the difference now when Houston was ready for it? You think Cleveland was going to be ready for it? I think Cleveland will be also that type of city, and that crowd be like, yeah, you should have given Kofi the championship at the Chamber. Now it's too late. Thank you guys so much. That's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for lasting this long. If you guys lasted this long, comment down below. Let me know that you guys lasted the whole podcast. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, man, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast here today. Make sure you guys check out the content I uploaded this week. Raw, Call of Duty, SmackDown, NXT, Throwback Thursday, Top 5 Fridays, man. All of that content, man. All of this content. Check it out, guys. Listen, I am a fucking workhorse. At least appreciate the shit I have done for you guys every single day right here on YouTube. Also, guys, if you guys haven't already, follow me, man. Follow me on social media, bro. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Chris I'm Loring, Instagram, your boy Chris_WFB, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. Don't forget, guys, don't you ever forget. World's Worst Entertainment, and RAW stands for Really Awful Wrestling. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. I will see you guys tomorrow on Sunday. I got something special for you guys on Sunday. Since I think Sunday is going to be like a dry day when it comes to news on Sunday. Unless there's something breaks out Sunday, then I'll give you guys episode 9 of the podcast. If there is no news for Sunday's episode, I'm going to give you guys something different. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but if you guys see my Twitter, on the pinned tweet on my Twitter, there's a poll there. Go vote on that poll. And if there's no news on Sunday, I will give you guys one of the 4 video ideas that I have. I will give you guys right here on Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys so much. We are fucking 53 minutes into this. You guys better smash that like button, bro. Hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications, guys. Love you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow on either episode number 9 of the podcast or something different or a different video. Till then, talk to you guys later.